Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. So let me just check if I have all the settings set up. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, so welcome to another live stream. It is Wednesday, so this is the classic 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. London time live stream, and we have some big news coming up. So that is going to be the first focus of today's video. As you can see right here in TradingView, you can have these news tabs on the bottom. And if we click on this one, it's going to be a Fed press conference. It's going to be FOMC economic projections, and it's going to be Fed interest rate decision. And this is a big one. So the interest rate decision, that's a big one. Usually it's a very volatile event, I would say. You get a lot of activity and some trends can come out of it as well on every pair, I would say. So not just on the dollar pair. So if you go to the, let's say, EJ, it's not going to be there as an event. But to be honest, it impacts every single currency pair in the market, in the Forex market. So very important news events. If you go to Forex Factory or Forex Calendar as well, if you go to Forex Factory and then we click on Calendar, you're going to find the federal funds rate. And I believe if you click on it, there should be a button that says so interest rate at which depository institutions lend balances held at the Federal Funds Reserve to other depository institutions overnight. So yeah, it's a very, very important news event and usually pretty volatile as well. It's good to catch up on news, although I do not trade news, I only trade price action, but I have been getting into the fundamentals more and more. It's important to understand what is happening in the background, and also for prop firms, especially for prop firms, you need to know when the red folder news events are coming so that you know when to stay out, because you usually cannot execute an order. I think it's 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after news with, let's say, Alpha Capital. So it's important to stay on top, and it's good to know what is coming up in the markets. So this one is gonna be in, I think, 2 hours. So yeah, around 2 or 3 hours is gonna be the next news event. We already had this, which was building permits, but that's not really a volatile event. Okay, so from last Wednesday, I did take, let me check my trade journal. I did take 4 trades. Yeah, so I took 4 trades in the last 7 days. This was on Monday, September. No, sorry. So I took, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did take 4 trades. So we're gonna go through them. It was on the Aussie US dollar, New Zealand Japanese yen, Aussie Japanese yen, and the pound and the US dollar. We're gonna start with the euro and the US dollar, where I did not have any trades, but we did have some clean price action, which was right here. This was highly trending. This was perfect price action, in my opinion. And I definitely had my order on in the market right here, if just TradingView will load. Okay. So I had my order on for a continuation or a break and retest, or however you want to call it, because I saw some nice momentum. So if you want to cut out this and put it in your trade plan, I highly recommend it, because this is what constitutes some very nice, very strong momentum. Unfortunately, price went off without me, and then I did remove the order because I didn't want to get tagged in after this sort of a slowdown with triple wicks and possible shift of selling pressure like this to the downside. So I did not want to get involved in that anymore. So I didn't take any trades in the end. This trade, if you got in, it would have been a small win, I believe, like 1% winner. So you would be tagged in with this candle. It would be, yeah, just a 1% winner. And then price, what did it do next? TradingView has been pretty slow lately. I don't know why. Maybe I need to restart the computer. We had an uptrend, but then it kind of fizzled out into this flat range. So right here, I do classify this price action as range bound, but you know what? I am actually going to put it on the watch list. The reason is that I am trading the liquidity sweep on this currency pair. So that is a range bound entry. So I will be looking to sell the top and I will be looking to buy the bottom. Okay. Now, yes, we do have big news coming up, so I do expect for the news to just, smash out of the range like this. But if that doesn't happen, I will look to see if I can buy the bottom and sell the top of this range. So that is going to be the game plan on the euro and US dollar. This range is pretty clean, it's pretty flat, and I like how it is forming. If you're wondering, am I looking for a buy liquidity sweep right now? So let's say something like this, 10 pip stop loss, aiming for a 3 to 1. I am personally not, because I usually want a 3 plus pip break into liquidity. And if you go to the lowest point, which is this one, measure from the lowest point, you can click Control, or if you're on Mac, you can click Command, and it's gonna turn on the magnet, okay? And then you click on this one, plus this one, it's gonna be minus 2.4 pips. So that is too small for me. Usually I want at least a 3 pip break into liquidity. So this is not big enough of a break into liquidity. I am expecting more range-bound price action. For trending entries, I would like to see the price just smash out of the range to the upside or to the downside. Hey Tom, what's up? How are you doing? If you guys have any comments, questions, chart requests, just general questions about trading, psychology, risk management, put them in the chat. We will answer every single question. So basically, just a large impulse up or a large impulse down. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, for trending entries, and I do kind of expect that to happen. Hey, what's up? I'm good. Markets have been pretty active. I had a couple of trades, so things are heating up. Usually, when I take a lot of trades in a short period of time, we do get some nice trends, some nice winners. It's not guaranteed, but that's what usually happens. So yeah, I'm prepared. I'm monitoring the charts, and I'm waiting for those high probability entries, because the markets seem to be moving, especially the JPY pairs. So the Japanese pairs seem to be moving, and hopefully with this news, the dollar pairs will start to move as well. Look, a little bit of a secret, not really a secret, but something I noticed. Usually before a big news event, you're going to get this price action. So pretty sideways, pretty quiet, pretty range-bound price action, because everyone is kind of waiting to see what the news will be, right? So everyone is waiting to see how the news will come out, and no one is really wanting to place bets or to place positions right before a major news event. So this is normal. And I do expect a breakout to the upside or to a downside. One thing to note, though, is any breakout that happens, I will need to see confirmation. Okay, so what is confirmation? It is basically, if the first candle breaks to the upside, let's say, I'm gonna need the second candle to continue like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna look for an entry. I don't like if it's just a single breakout, because usually news candles can have a single huge push out of a range, only to then retrace and continue ranging around. So I would prefer to see a confirmation and a continuation of the actual momentum. So that is the game plan. Next one is the euro and the Japanese yen. Did I take anything on EJ? I don't think I have. No, I haven't. So EJ from last Wednesday was right here. Nothing much was happening. We had the V reversal. It didn't play out. Okay, so it couldn't play out, unfortunately. Then the V went into sort of a flat range right here. And then let me just check the Discord. Okay. Okay. So yeah, basically V reversal could not play out. Ranged around, push down, and then we actually had a pretty clean descending structure. So a couple of things I liked with the formation right here. A couple things. So price was breaking the lows, printing wicks all the way to the downside. See wicks, everywhere to the downside. Wicks, double wicks, double wicks, double, triple wicks, triple wicks, double wicks. So that's a first good sign. Then you have a takeout of the low, which is right here. Now, this is not something that we focus on, but I do place some importance on this. And I do see this as a bit of a confluence. On the higher time frames, this can be considered as a liquidity sweep, for example. If TradingView will load. Okay, looks like we lost lost connection. It's back. On the 4-hour, it kind of looks like a liquidity sweep, doesn't it? So the price goes into liquidity, rejects. Again, we don't need to go to the 4-hour because we can see it on the 1-hour chart as well. And it's not really something I place a lot of importance on, but I do like to see it. It is definitely an added confluence. Warning sign was that it was Monday. So usually Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm a bit more patient. I do not like taking reversal entries because the markets can range around, right? But I was willing to look for a trade. And then we have this push up. So this is a straight up reversal. Reversal is when you get a descending, let's say, and then you get a big push up, and then you get a retest of this high, right? So I did have my order on right here. I think I used 15 pips or 20. I'm not sure, but I did have it on, and then I did remove it after this candle. So this candle started to show me just a bit of weakness, and it was Monday as well. 2 warning signs, so I wasn't willing to take this reversal setup, and I did remove the order. Now, Nico, for example, from Zentum Trading, he actually kept his order on. So let me just put the marketing thing. Where is it? Here. Yep, so we can have that. So basically, Nico from Zentum Trading actually did take this trade, and he used, I think, a 15 pip stop loss, something like that, or no, actually 30 pip. Yeah, he said 30 pips, and for him it was a good winning setup. I think he banked 3% on this one. Okay, around 2.5%, but it was running a lot of percentage. So yeah, he did take this trade. For me, it didn't fit my plan. I just wanted a little bit more. Okay, I just wanted a little bit more. So I did not take that trade. After that, what happened? Well, we were pretty corrective right here, and then we did continue. So unfortunately, he got tagged out, and then the price decided to continue in his direction. It's part of the game. It happens. It is what it is. So this could have been a much bigger winner, but again, 2.5% is still a very good winning trade. So congrats to him. Here, I was looking for a potential setup. Also here, I was looking for a flag, definitely. Just go back like this. Come on. Here I was looking for a flag. It never formed, but then we continued up like this. And I was looking for buy setups, but this was kind of in the night. So I think when the spread hours were done, we were starting to shift down as well. And then this was during the night when I was sleeping. So I wasn't really looking for a buy setup, and it didn't really fit the plan with this selling pressure that was starting to build. So no trade there, and it's good that I didn't take a trade because it would have been a loss. Hey Ryan, what's up? Good evening to you as well. Yeah, so it would have been a losing setup. See, a lot of selling pressure came in. Current price action, not that good, not great. I'm seeing a bit of range bound and corrective price action. So I'm expecting more of a range. Okay. I'm expecting more range bound price action, and I'm not going to put this pair on the watch list. I'm just going to move to the Aussie and the US dollar. Now, the trades on the Aussie US dollar, let me see. So I took a continuation on a Friday. Okay. It was right here. Okay, let me put it in. Like this. Unfortunately, it was a loss, but I think it was high probability. And yeah, nothing is gonna come out of my buy setup, unfortunately. This would have maybe been an internal reversal setup. Let me check. Not really, not the cleanest. I'm gonna go through it. Hey James, what's up? How are you doing? Okay, let's go to Wednesday. So for Wednesday, right here we had a V reversal and then we had a buy setup. So this is one of the patterns that I really like to trade. Usually it's very high probability. Usually you get some very good percentage out of it. It has a high profit expectancy. It's sort of like a V reversal. Some people call it the cup and handle. Some people call it inverse head and shoulders. All the same thing. It's basically a bullish setup. So it's telling me price wants to go up. Then you have the nice push up, one candle pullback, price breaks the high. For me, I saw some very good momentum right here. Okay, clean close on the top as well. So this was very good momentum in my opinion. Nice break of the high. Zero warning signs. I mean, it was Thursday as well. So Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays are usually the best days to be taking trending entries. And yeah, I really liked this price action. And I did place the buy limit. 10 pip stop loss, unfortunately, got tagged out for a 1% loss. So this was a loss. But again, absolute no-brainer for me. Zero warning signs. I just did not see anything wrong. Even the price action was pretty good, pretty high probability. I'm just going to grab a glass of water. Okay, we're back. So yeah, Aussie US dollar, 1% loss on a Friday. Yeah, it was on a Friday. And then we started to ascend. Not the cleanest ascending channel. When I say a clean ascending channel, I mean a channel that basically is only breaking the highs. Right? And right here, I'm seeing break of the low like this, maybe a structure like this. So it's not really the cleanest of channels. And Ivy says a sort of an internal reversal had formed not long ago from today's price action on the Aussie US dollar. What do you think of it? I don't trade it yet, but just watching it and curious on your opinion. It's not too clean though, in my opinion. Yeah, I was just about to comment on the internal reversal opportunity. It is right here. You could have sold on this candle. So basically, for an internal reversal, we need three key components. We need an ascending. We need a push up. And we need a shift down. So we have the ascending, we have the push up out of the range, and we have the shift down. Now for me, I need the ascending channel to be cleaner. Okay, so this channel, as I just said like a minute ago, is not clean enough for me. We're having too many breaks of the lows, right? Too many breaks of structure right here as well. So it's not really printing that clean price action that I prefer to see. That is the reason why I wasn't really looking for a trade. If anyone was looking for a setup, they would have sold right here, stop loss above here, and then 2 pips above that. So what is it? 916, I'm guessing. Yeah, like this, aiming for a 2-to-1. So your profit target would be somewhere right here. And you would currently be in some nice profit. But for me, it was not the cleanest, so I did decide to stay out of this one. And yeah, so that's about it on the Aussie US dollar. Currently not on the watch list, to be honest with you. So I think the Aussie US dollar is gonna have a heavy impact from the news that is coming up. So Ivy says, all right, so you would prefer a clean channel that's breaking highs only? Yeah, for sure. I would prefer a channel like this. Oh, like this. Hey Robbie, what's up? How are you doing? Yeah, so I would like a cleaner channel. This channel was not clean enough for me. No worries, Ivy. No worries, Ivy. Okay. And then Aussie US dollar. Yeah, we have news coming up right here. In a couple of hours, so maybe this is gonna drop. So Robbie, no, I was just showing the internal reversal. So let me quickly go through it. So it's basically three key components. You have the ascending, you have the push up, and then you have the shift in momentum down, and then you sell right here. Stop loss is 2 pips above the high, and then you aim for like a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So that's what you're seeing right here. But for me, it's not the cleanest of formations, so I did not take that trade. Okay. If this can drop, create a V reversal, that would be nice to go down. So my forecast is going to be the same as the euro and the US dollar, but I'm not going to put this pair on the watch list because at least on the euro, at least here we can look for liquidity sweeps. So we can look for buying the bottom and selling the top. Okay. Whereas here, it's not really that. Oh my God. Come on, TradingView, you can do it. It's not even flat, so I cannot look for liquidity sweeps. Overall, it is ascending, which is telling me, the probabilities are telling me that this wants to go down. Okay, so the perfect scenario right here would be for the price to drop with some massive momentum and then for us to sell. That would be a good game plan. Okay, next one on the list is the Aussie and the Japanese yen. And I did take a trade here. Right here, I took a flag with 20 pips. And it was a loss, unfortunately. But again, part of the game, part of the probabilities. So from last week, from the last Wednesday, price action was similar to the euro and the Japanese yen. We did have this sort of a descending structure, but it was not the cleanest. Then we went into sort of a corrective uptrend. No setups for me. Unfortunately, no high probability setups formed here. The only high probability setup was this buy trade. It's flag plus. So the only thing I liked was the momentum. Okay. The momentum was nice. It was strong. We ended with a large wick, so that was a warning sign. But then we formed the flag plus formation, which is an inside bar, outside bar, and then a bullish candle. Inside bar means the high is lower than this high, the low is higher than this low. Outside bar means the high is higher than this high, and the low is lower than this low. So basically, and the blue candle again is the entry candle. So basically, this formation is very high probability on the Aussie Japanese yen and on the New Zealand Japanese yen as well. For some reason, it has a very, very high win rate and a very high profit expectancy on those two currency pairs. So when I see it, I'm automatically going to be a bit more, let's say, aggressive, you could say, or I'm going to tolerate some more warning signs. So the positives with this trade were strong momentum up and the flag plus formation. The negatives of this trade were large wick. It was Tuesday as well. Mondays and Tuesdays are predominantly range bound days, and par price action was a bit shit. So par price action was, we were kind of coming from an ascending channel, which is usually not the cleanest of formations. So yeah, this one, I did take 20 pip stop loss. In my new trade plan, I did decide to visually assess the volatility and then place the stop loss, because if I use my regular 12 pips, it would have been far too small for me personally. So just by visual assessment, I increased the stop loss to 20 pips to give the trade a bit more breathing room, right? So that we can actually stay in even if the markets pull back. Price then broke the high. Actually went running in some decent percentage. I think it was running like 2%. Yeah, it was running 2%, which was pretty nice to see. And then it reversed. So unfortunately, it did reverse on me. And this did end up being like a reduced risk loss. Okay. Because when the price broke the high, I put my stop loss 2 pips below this low. So reduced the stop loss just by a little bit. But again, you can kind of count this as a full loss, to be honest. So yeah, that's about it for this trade. It was high probability. I would take it again, to be honest. Okay. And possibly the trend will continue. So maybe this was just a shakeout of positions, right? So maybe we just got stopped out before the overall trend continues up, because we are printing a high probability pattern here. And I am actually going to put this pair on the watch list. The pattern is a V reversal. Okay, so again, V reversal, or some people say a cup and a handle, or maybe like an inverse head and shoulder pattern. It's a bullish pattern. So if we can get the signature, if we can get the momentum up like this, then I will look for a buy setup. Okay, so if we can get this, I'll definitely be interested in buy setups if we can get that large impulse going up. So that is going to be on the watch list. It's going to be my game plan. Anything else, I'm going to be more patient. So if this happens, of course, I'll be more patient. If we get a large drop down, I'll reevaluate. But the best thing that could happen right now, what the probabilities are telling me on the Aussie and the Japanese yen, is that the market wants to go up. And if it does, I'll look for buy setups. Okay. So that's the game plan on AJ. Next one on the list, pound US dollar. I did take a trade here. It was right here, okay, on the flag. I think I used the 15 pip stop loss. And it was a loss, unfortunately. So yeah, let's start from Wednesday. Right here, we were pretty flat, pushed down, couldn't sell because we got a shift. I know in the last live stream, I did say that I was looking for sell setups here. I definitely was. This was looking like some nice, strong momentum. But unfortunately, we did see price start to shift up. Okay, we did start to see a shift in momentum, so it negated any setups I was looking at. I did take... I was looking for a trade here. I didn't take it, but I was definitely interested in a trade. I had my order on because this was looking pretty nice. So this momentum, pullback, no selling pressure, break of the high, clean close. Friday, good trending day. So this was a no-brainer. I saw no warning signs with this trade. Okay. So yeah, I usually focus not on the whole impulse. Again, the whole impulse is important, but I place, let's say, 80% of the move is right here. When we break the high, we need to look at this. And then let's say 20% is this lower part. Okay. So yes, I look at the whole impulse, but for me, it is the most important of what actually happens when we break the high. And in this case, when we broke the high, we got some nice bullish momentum. Definitely some nice bullish momentum. And then again, pull back, no selling pressure, break of the high, clean close. But unfortunately, price went off without me, right? So the price went off without me, and I did then remove the order. Then we pulled back, broke the high, retraced. So yeah, that wasn't good. Then we were pretty flat and corrective right here. Continued up. There was another buy setup you could have exploited. Okay, there was a buy setup right here on the pound. A break and retest. 15. And it was Monday, right on the open. So right when I start trading 8 a.m. on a Monday on the London Open. And I stopped trading Friday, 5 p.m. London close. Okay, those are my trading times. So you could have gotten here and it would be a nice big winner. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Okay, it looks like it froze. But yeah, basically it would get tagged in and then the price would go in and make some nice profits. Okay. You would be out. Let me see. If I follow it with our trade management, you would be out right here. So this would be like potentially a 2.5% trade, which is pretty nice. But again, I didn't see enough momentum. So yes, after we broke the high, we did get some good momentum right here. As I said, I focus on what happens after the break of the high. But overall, it was kind of stuck in a range, right? So kind of stuck in a flat range. So didn't really fit the plan. That's why I stayed out. If we had a bit more momentum here, if it was like pretty massive, let's say we had 3 consecutive blue candles like this, 3 big ones, then I would be more interested, right? Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And then we continued up, started ascending, and then we dropped down with some massive momentum, and then we printed a nice flag. Let's check out this flag. Yeah, right here is the entry. So price action is pretty good on this flag. You have the ascending structure, which is pretty nice, pretty clean. You have the drop down, pretty strong, some massive momentum. This is exactly what I want to see on the pound and the US dollar. This is some very strong momentum. And then you have large wick on the bottom. That's true. But you have a nice flag. First low, first high, second low, second high. The red candle is your entry candle. Now, I took this one with a timed entry. That's what we teach in Zentum. So it's kind of a more efficient entry, a better entry, and it saves you from needing to wake up during the night. We apply it on the Euro US dollar and the pound US dollar, and it all has to do with sessions. So London session, Asia session, New York session. So I took this setup a bit later. And it was even better because the price was ranging around even more, right? So for me, yes, there was a warning sign. The warning sign was the large wick. Okay, that was definitely a warning sign, but then we ranged around. So when the price ranges around, it kind of negates this wick, right? So I can tolerate the wick if I see the price range around like this. So that was pretty good. To the trade, 15 pip stop loss, fit the plan, high probability in my personal opinion. And yeah, unfortunately 1% loss. The pound has not been playing nice with us in the last couple of months, I would say. So the pound has been pretty tough to trade. I'm not gonna lie, but we need to keep executing. There's gonna be periods like this. It's normal. It's normal to see. It's just how the markets work. That is why most people actually quit, because they get these losing periods on specific currency pairs, like for weeks, maybe even months of losing period, and then they cannot tolerate the drawdown. They cannot tolerate the losing period. They lose trust in the strategy, and then it blows up, right? Then it blows up, and they switch strategies or stop trading altogether. And then they are in the enchanted circle where they just find a strategy, trade it, make some money, get in the losing period, change strategy, and rinse and repeat, right? So they keep switching from strategy to strategy, never reaching profitability. And once the bad times come, which they eventually do, so the bad times come with absolutely any strategy. You cannot find a strategy with a let's say with no losing weeks or no losing months. Just doesn't happen. Maybe if you have a super a extremely good edge in the market, but most people don't have that, and the extremely good edge they're not taught online. Okay, so at least I think they're not being taught online, because why would you want to teach something that is so classified and that makes so much money? Because if everyone knows about it, then the edge will be gone, right? So if you have a super good edge, you will keep it confidential. But trend trading, flags, break and retest, continuation patterns, they're not that complicated. They're pretty easy to manage. They're pretty easy to teach, pretty easy to execute. But again, they have a lower win rate. If you're a trend follower, your win rate is going to be a bit lower, but you're aiming for those big winners, small losses. So you may take 3-4 losses and then get a winner and make 10%, right? It's tough on your psychology, but hey, that's how the game goes. Okay. Shahid says gold. Yep. So we do have gold on the list, but we still have, actually let's do gold. Let's switch it up a little bit. So for gold, I'm actually gonna go on the daily chart. So now let's give it 2 minutes before it loads. Okay, we have it. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the daily chart because on the 1 hour it's just not that good. Gold is nice. It's breaking out. So this is pretty good to see. We are kind of following this trend line. And to me, this is bullish. I'm currently bullish on gold. This is looking nice. We can even switch to the 1 hour because there's going to be a nice uptrend, I'm sure. Yep, there is. So the technicals are telling me that this is pretty strong, and that I do like this price action. So yeah, gold is pretty bullish. I like what I'm seeing, and I would be a buyer in this market. I'm not trading it live. Again, I'm only trading my 6 currency pairs for now. I'm looking to implement some more. Okay. But I'm only currently trading my 6 currency pairs, and these are the ones that I do analysis for the live stream. But it's good to see. Okay. But it is good to see that we have finally broken out. So that's a good sign for gold. I didn't think it was going to break out because each time we broke the high, we retraced, right? And then we finally broke out with momentum. So bullish on gold. Now we come to our final currency pair, which is definitely on the watch list. On the 1 hour chart, it's looking pretty bullish right now. It's actually looking the same as the Aussie JPY, and I did take a winning trade on here, thankfully. Thankfully, I did take a winner right here. And then it was like a 2 point... Was it 3%? No way. No, it was less. It was like a 2.8% trade. I don't know why, but it was 2.8. So yeah, I did take a winning setup on the New Zealand Japanese yen. It was a reversal setup. Okay. Couple of good signs about this trade. It was the same as the Euro Japanese yen, but just looked a little bit cleaner. Okay, a little bit cleaner for me. We have the descending structure. Each time we break the lows, we get loads of wicks, double wicks, triple wicks, large wick, triple wicks, double wicks. We even break the major low. So you can look at this as a liquidity sweep. If you go to the 4 hour, for example, look, it's a liquidity sweep, right? You get a range, you get the bottom of the range, price goes into it, retraces. So a pretty good liquidity sweep. That's an added bonus. That's an added confluence. Warning signs, and the break is good. That's another confluence. So the break of the high is good as well. So you have this formation. Okay, so descending, momentum up, retest of the high. Here is where you buy. So this break is enough. Warning signs, double wicks on the bottom, on the top, but very small wicks. So I was not that concerned. I did like this formation overall. And it was Monday as well. So Mondays, Tuesdays, not the best to be taking these types of entries because you can usually get a range bond market very easily. Okay, so basically, I put a buy limit right here, got tagged in, and then the price went up. Then I just moved our stop loss according to our trade management. Price was running some very good profit. At one point, it was running like 6%, which was pretty massive. Unfortunately, it came all the way back down and took me out for 3% or like 2.8%. So it is what it is. It's part of the game. It was a bit tough. Okay, it was a bit tough watching it go all the way to freaking 6% and then dropping all the way down. But hey, if I used a fixed risk to reward, I may have been taken out at 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, right? So you never know what's going to happen. And by using a trailing stop loss, it enables you to sometimes catch those really, really big winners. So I'm happy with the trade, happy how it turned out. And then we have this trade right here. Okay, this is same as the Aussie and the Japanese yen. This is a flag plus formation. For me, I didn't take this one. It was just looking a bit less appealing. I'm not sure why. I think AJ had a bit more momentum. If I go to AJ, yeah, AJ was a bit stronger. AJ was a bit stronger, but NJ, I just kind of picked one of them, right? AJ was looking a bit better. I didn't want to have, let's say, double exposure or take the same trade on pretty similar currency pairs at the same time. I didn't have that much of a confidence level. So my confidence was not that high. That's why I picked the AJ flag. Okay. So I didn't take this one. It would be a loss, unfortunately, with our trade management rule. But now we're printing a V reversal. So Robbie says, did you go over EJ already? There was also a reversal. Yeah, I did go over EJ, but I will take a look at it one more time once I finish the New Zealand JPY. So current price action, I like this. It's on the watch list. I think this is high probability. This is a high probability pattern, which is called the V reversal. It works very good on Aussie Japanese yen and the New Zealand Japanese yen. Usually get a nice range and then push up. So I'm looking for an impulse up. I'm looking for a nice bullish signature, and then I would look for some high probability buy setups. Okay, so that is on my radar. We have the V, we have a bit of a range. Now we need to see the large impulse up, nice signature of bullish momentum, and then a high probability buy setup. On the watch list, definitely on the watch list. EJ. So EJ, the reversal was right here, and the reason I stayed out, I did have my order on all the way. So here I had my order on. This was looking very high probability, very nice. But then this candle printed, and I kind of lost confidence, to be honest. I lost a bit of confidence in this trade, double wicks on the top. So I did remove my order, and it's good that I did because I had a 15 pip stop loss. And I would be taken out. But Nico had a 30 pip stop loss, and he managed to stay in, and this was a nice winning setup for him. Okay, so that's kind of it for our Forex pairs. So we have EU for liquidity sweeps, we have AJ for a bullish entry, we have NJ for a bullish entry as well. Now let's cover the S&P. On the daily, it's looking good. It's looking bullish. Look, it's printing a V reversal right here. Another V right here. So that's good. That's good to see. Double V reversals, okay? Or, as some people like to call it, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, so you could make a case for that as well. Again, a bullish pattern. That's a bullish pattern. So I would expect more upside for the S&P. Let's check out the 1 hour. It was looking okay. Not that massive, but this is kind of how the S&P moves. You have a trend line, and then it kind of respects that trend line and bounces off the trend line. So yeah, that was good. Nasdaq on the daily, not as good as the S&P, but still bullish. Okay, again, when I see these patterns, they are telling me, the probabilities are telling me that price wants to go up. So that's my forecast. Gold is bullish. I like gold. It finally broke out of this level. We have been waiting for quite some time, from the 19th of August. So we did finally get a breakout. So yeah, that's a pretty bullish sign. Silver is pretty flat and range bound. Okay, pretty flat and range bound right here. And I'm expecting more range bound price action. Gold is looking much better than silver. Bitcoin is unfortunately still stuck in a range, so no assessment right here. I'm expecting more further range bound price action on Bitcoin, so I don't think anything is going to happen in the next couple of weeks or maybe even months. Who knows? Because this has been happening from like the 16th of March, so that's a pretty long time for such a corrective market. But it's Bitcoin, it happens. Ethereum, pretty bearish on Ethereum. I mean, the technicals are just showing me large drops right here, so they're showing me some large selling pressure all the way here. DXY on the daily, pretty bearish as well. We tried to get a, let's say, a pullback or a reversal right here. It could not commit. Now a bit stuck in this range. Let's see the 1 hour. It's probably going to be flat. Yeah, the 1 hour is pretty flat, flat and range bound. Back to the daily. So yeah, pretty flat right here, but overall bearish. Overall bearish. I'm seeing some major selling pressure. So if this can go down more, then the dollar pairs can go up, right? So that would be good. We only want trends. We only want the market to go up or the market to go down. We do not want the market to go sideways. Sideways is the worst option for us, right? So we need the markets to trend up or trend down. Doesn't matter which direction, just the trend. That's all that matters, that we get a nice trend. US oil, pretty bearish as well. Pretty bearish as well. Yeah, some major selling pressure. So I would be bearish on oil. A bit of a pullback happening right now. Let's check out the 1 hour. Not that impulsive. I don't see much impulsive price action. It looks pretty corrective. So yeah, I would say bearish, but again, I'm not really trading US oil. It's not really that interesting to me. Connor says tough week with the flags reversing and the EJ reversal that just hit stop loss and moved up. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I know what you mean, Connor. So yeah, this would have just taken you out and then went up. Then you have the flag right here, which went up into 2%, reversed down. NJ, same story, went up 2%, reversed down, just took you out and then went up. Yeah, it's a tough game. Let me just see by how much would this drawdown be. 23 pips. Okay. And then the pound as well. The flag just going up happens. So it's a tough week in the markets. Maybe you caught the NJ reversal. If you did, that would be your savior. It was my savior. Basically this one. Okay. NJ reversal right here. So if you did take it, you could have banked 3%. Okay, if you took it. Because if you took EJ, you most likely took NJ as well, because they're pretty similar pairs and the formation was pretty similar as well. I think NJ looked even better. Connor says that he caught NJ. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So you're then break even for the week, I would say, which is good. And the markets are active. That's the most important part. When you're taking a lot of trades, when the markets are pretty active, then you know something is cooking in the background and that you need to be prepared. Check the charts, stick to your plan for sure. Okay, always follow the plan, but maybe we can get some big winners, some nice trends pretty soon. We like when the markets are active, even if we're taking losses, because it means that the winners are just around the corner, because it's all about the probabilities. You need to get through the losses to come to the winners. Leslie says, did you do US 30? No, we can definitely check it out. Whoop. US 30. So Dow Jones from let's capital.com, let's say. Pretty bullish. So same story as the S&P for me personally. Printing bullish patterns. Okay. The probabilities are telling me that this market wants to go up. 1 hour, we had some nice moves on the 1 hour. Nice flag right here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this was a nice flag. You'll get taken out. What, right here? Yeah, I think. So this was a nice flag pattern, but pretty bullish, and it's looking pretty good. So that's about it. Look, be prepared. Be prepared for the news. I'm going to remind you, you have the Fed interest rate decision coming up. It's expected to be pretty volatile. We'll see what will happen. You have the forecast right here, which is pretty cool. I like TradingView. It's a great software. Forecast is 5.25. Previous was 5.5. So let's see how the number will come in. Maybe this can spark some trends. I would really like to see that. Okay, if it can spark a big sell-off, a big downtrend because of this pretty ascending structure, not on EJ, on EU, but on AU. AU is printing I would say, a big overall ascending structure. So maybe the markets are cooking something up, expecting for the market to go down, expecting for a meltdown. It would be great. I just want to see a push up. I just want to see a push down. It's all about the trends. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see this. That's not good for me. Okay, I have the range bound entries, but still, I like the trending entries more. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any final questions, put them in the chat right now, or you can ask them in our free Discord, okay, at zentumtrading.com. Let me put the little brand thing. So at zentumtrading.com, we have our free Discord, which you can join, ask any questions you want. And if you want to become a paid member, there's an option for that as well. It's all on the website. And that is where you get all of our resources, Zoom calls, one-to-one access to mentors, Discord, that is only for paid members, templates, Notion templates, backtesting data, live trading data. So that is where you get absolutely everything. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next live stream on Wednesday, 4 p.m. London time.